Madam President, the Women's Human Rights Alliance is a coalition of human rights organisations and individuals promoting the human rights of women in Ireland. We welcome the Irish Government's acceptance of a number of important recommendations from the UPR hearing in October. We are, however, greatly concerned by the rejection of 6 recommendations on Ireland's restricted regulation of abortion. These recommendations echo the criticisms made by 3 UN treaty bodies and the recent call by the UN Special Rapporteur on the right to health to decriminalise abortion. Their rejection casts serious doubt on Ireland's commitment to women's reproductive health rights. We are gravely concerned that in accepting the Thai recommendation for a statutory inquiry and compensation scheme for women and children victims of abuse, there is no mention of the women survivors of Ireland's Magdalene Laundries who have been denied reparation. We call on the Government to comply with the recommendations of the UN Committee Against Torture and the Irish Human Rights Commission to institute a statutory inquiry and compensation scheme for the Magdalene Laundries abuse. We are concerned at the Irish Government's response to Austria's recommendation for full implementation and an independent assessment of the National Women's Strategy. We acknowledge the current internal government review, but believe that an independent, non-governmental review would enhance the strategy in the current economic crisis. We welcome Government's acceptance in principle of the Council of Europe Convention on Preventing and Combating Violence Against Women and Domestic Violence and urge Government to sign the Convention as recommended by Austria and implement it as a matter of urgency. Finally, France recommended a gender parity law to increase women's representation in politics. We welcome the legislation on candidate quotas, but believe the quotas are unambitious. The Constitutional Convention should be tasked with implementing gender-sensitive reform of Irish political structures. Thank you.
Thank you. I now give the floor to International Movement Against All Forms of Discrimination and Racism. Imada, please, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. Imadar, on behalf of Pavy Point Traverse Centre, appreciate this opportunity